Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dami. Good evening, Janfola. Good evening, Isioma.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. The Cabaret, please drop on the group that people to join because our
Okay.
guest is starting by 6:10 or so. I already told her to join 6:10. Then after this session, we'll have the question Q&A with Dami, myself, and Folashade. So please tell them to join us up. Thank you. The recording has started.
Okay.
Good evening once again. We're going to start 6:10. On the Q&A part. So if you know anyone that's supposed to be here and them, let's have this like our last session for the Beyond Bootcamp. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know who's excited as well. Okay. Okay, I guess we can start now. Hopefully, other joins, and this session is also recorded, just like we've always had our other session recorded. So this session is also recorded. So going forward, I already uploaded session 1, so I'll upload session 2, session 3, and this session on YouTube. So we can always go to YouTube and watch it. Right. So let's get started into this conversation tonight. If you're excited, I want you to use your favorite emoji. We already have our guest here and also one of our design experts on the call, as always. Yeah. So hello everyone, good evening and welcome. This is our final learning session for Beyond Bootcamp, from learning to thriving. And I am genuinely excited to see everyone here. Over the past weeks, we've explored clarity, practice, and also real-world design workflow. And today we are bringing everything together. So if you've stayed consistent at this point, I want you to take like a moment to appreciate yourself. Or take a moment to appreciate yourself. Tell yourself, I'm doing well. Just appreciate yourself, basically. So if you come this far from the beginning right to this very end, I want you to appreciate yourself. You can use your favorite emoji to appreciate yourself. You can type on the chat to appreciate yourself, or you can just say to yourself that I have done well. So doing this, from session 1, because it's like a month, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, it really shows that you are committed to your growth, and you truly desire to actually thrive in your design journey. So today, we are honored to have a special guest joining us, someone who has seen the hiring process from the inside, and also understand what a beginner designer stands out. Someone that has even interviewed me before. So please join me in welcoming our guest speaker today. I'm going to be showing a picture. Are you ready for the surprise? So I know I didn't mention her name and all that, but yes. So let me show a picture. So, like I said, join me in welcoming our special guest. Guess what? We bear the same name. Her name is Folashade. I call her Auntie Shade. We've known each other for many years now, and yeah, I'm excited to have her talk to us here. Right, she's a seasoned tech recruiter who has worked closely with design and product team to help find exceptional team, and she'll be sharing insight on how hiring team evaluate design portfolio and case study, a topic that every designer at your stage actually needs to know and master. So I also want to acknowledge our design expert in the room, Damilola. I'm not sure if Tadi has joined, but Damilola Ayomide will not be joining us already. She already mentioned. Let's appreciate our design expert who has been guiding us from day 1. He joined day 1, day 2, session 1, session 2, session 3, and now here. Thank you for lending your voice. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for your honesty. That's one of the things I know for Dami. Dami will tell you the truth. You will not go through the corners. And also thank you for your contribution during this bootcamp. So tonight we're going to be talking again about Folashade will be taking us through how hiring teams evaluate design portfolio and case study. And I'm going to just read a bio, shortly. Then she can have the stage. Welcome, ma'am. Okay, so Folashade Okunsanya is an experienced human resources leader and certified senior professional in human resources with over a decade of practice across diverse industries, including financial services, oil and gas, technology, FMCG, education, real estate, and nonprofit. She currently leads HR strategy at Land PQ Nigeria Limited. Folashade also brings strong expertise as a tech recruiter, having partnered with fast-growing startups like Vandesa to drive full circle recruitment across Africa, Europe, the Middle East, South Asia, and the USA. Her career reflects a unique blend of HR strategy, organizational development, and technical recruitment, with a passion for building inclusive, value-driven workplace and aligning people strategy with business goals. Please, let's make welcome with your favorite emoji, Folashade Okunsanya. Please also know that after our session, we are not done. We're going to have the Q&A, then also have a surprise at the end of the Q&A. So let's have you, Mrs. Folashade. Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, please, I'm not Mao. I don't know where Folashade is getting all of this math from. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you so much for staying through the process. So I'm just going to get started. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write them somewhere, so that I'm just going to talk very briefly, and then I'll be open to answer the questions that you may have. Yes, please, Folashade. Thank you. All right. How long was our... I don't like talking alone. No. I can see that I don't have any other person's face. I'm only looking at my face and Folashade's face, and I know her face already. So if it's not so much of a problem, if you can turn on your camera, that would be fantastic. If you cannot, that's absolutely fine. I'll just want to take a look at your really beautiful faces, if that's not a problem. So I'm just doing this, waiting for Folashade to start sharing the slides. Thank you so much, our senior designer, Damilola. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, can you share from your end?
Okay, let me just share from my end. Hi, William. So is it Kabari? Is it Kabari or Kabari?
Yes, Kabari.
Kabari. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Kabari. Thank you so much for turning on your camera.
Thank you.
So I'm sharing now, but I don't know if you can see my screen.
Not yet. Maybe I'll stop sharing so that.
Okay. So you should be able to see it now.
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so I mean, we have gone through the boot camp, so the most important thing really is what's next. How do I get into the faces of the recruiter? How does the product designer see the portfolio that I've really built? How do they know the value that I have in me? So that's practically what we're going to be talking about for the next few minutes. So the talking points today, what hiring teams really look out for, what makes a portfolio stand out, common mistakes and how to avoid them, case study, good examples, and case study needs improvement, and practical tips for your portfolio. So before I start, I'd like to just check who I have in the room. How many of us have applied to organizations and gotten feedback? Because there are some organizations that you apply to, and if you do not meet the requirement, they may not necessarily respond to you. You know, how many of you have responded by, I mean, John, you can just drop a comment, or you can just leave an emoji or something, just so that I know if you've applied to any organization after your boot camp and you've gotten any feedback. So this implies that there's no one that has gotten any feedback yet. So how many of us have applied to organizations at all? You've been applying, you've been seeing some jobs that, okay, thank you, Kabari. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, great stuff. Okay, so that implies that we've been applying, and that's the most important step. At least apply, put yourself out there, right? But let us see what exactly hiring teams are looking out for. You know, it's just like saying you want to introduce yourself, right? You need to have a clear storytelling ability, right? So yes, I understand that the people in tech, they do less talking, and you know, I just want you to see the skills that I have. But the most important thing is you need to be able to tell your story clearly, and your story needs to be appealing. Your story from your portfolio, your story from your CV, your story from your professional bio, everything, your story, even on your LinkedIn profile, right? You need to be able to tell your story clearly across board. You don't want a situation where a recruiter is going to start wondering, okay, so when she says this, what does this person mean? Okay, when this person says this, oh, okay, so this person stays at Iyano Ipaja. Oh, that's too far from me. Oh, this person stays at, you know, there are some things that you need to look out for in your storytelling throughout your portfolio, throughout your socials, right? So we have your LinkedIn, we have your Instagram. You have to be consistent, right? Then problem and solution thinking. So I want to be able to, I want to employ someone who sees the problem, understands the problem, and thinks out the solution, right? I don't just want to employ someone who will, oh, you have a very beautiful portfolio because you have gone to any AI tool to help you build a beautiful portfolio. I don't want that. I want someone who is able to think strategically. Yes, you may just be starting out, but that doesn't stop the fact that you can still see the problem and think the solution, right? Also, hiring teams are looking for evidence of process, not just the screens, right? In this day of AI now, right? You can come up, I mean, I don't know how to code, but I can come up with a solution for whatever it is I need now. It may not be top tier, right? But I'll still be able to come up with a solution, no matter how simple, for it to be able to help me do what I need to do, right? So a hiring team member wants to understand that you know the process. It is not just writing beautiful stories on your CV or on your portfolio. I don't just want to see screens. I want to see that you actually know how to get this process started and finished, right? They reveal skills, process, and impact. Whatever it is, solution, any solution that you have designed. I want to see the skill. I want to see the process. You can see that I'm talking about process. Yes, I want to see the process flow. A hiring team member will want to see the process flow. We want to see the impact of the solution. I heard a beep. I don't know if that's someone asking a question, but I am on the screen of my presentation now. So I'll come back to that when I'm done, right?
So,
Also, oh yeah, please go on.
yeah, I wanted to like bring to your attention that I can't see your screen. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Oh
I'm just
no.
seeing you.
Oh, okay. So I'll share again. Thank you for calling my attention to it. Please let me know if you can see my screen now.
I can.
Okay, thank you so much. Right? Okay, so impact. The solution you developed or whatever it is you worked on, what exactly changed? If nothing changed, what improved? You know, sometimes in design, you don't necessarily need to change the look and feel of everything. It may just be something that improved, something that wasn't working well that now is working well. I want to see visual clarity. I want to see professionalism. You would have taken your time to build that solution, right? You would have taken your time to come up with a wireframe and then gone through the process and then said, okay, so this is the final product that I have come up with. I want to see a visual clarity. I want it to be appealing to me because trust me, yes, we're talking about process and all of that, but if it's not appealing to me, if it's not clear, then there's no way it's going to attract me because you need to understand that there are a lot of other people that are trying to get this same position that you're trying to get. Now, case studies demonstrate problem solving. You need to be able to show the hiring manager, the recruiter, whoever it is, that I am able to think the problem and come up with the solution, right? The next thing I'm going to talk about is what makes a portfolio stand out. So you've built very beautiful portfolios. You've come up with, sometimes you have 5 projects on your portfolio, sometimes you have 6, sometimes some people even have up to 10, right? Now, on your portfolio, you want to ensure that it's structured case studies. Identify and clearly state the brief. Let's understand the process. what solution did you come up with, and what was the impact of that solution, right? So you may have decided to come up with a solution to say, let's say an e-commerce website, there was something that wasn't working there, and it was leading to XYZ. I mean, you need to be able to do your own research as well before you come up with any solution or even any brief, right? Depth over number of projects. This is very, very important, because you don't want to put in 10 projects in the portfolio document you are submitting. Remember that the hiring manager is only going to reach out to the person that they feel by viewing their portfolios that, oh, this person is a strong candidate. So if you have 3 very strong projects, put them on your portfolio and then submit the portfolio like that, as opposed to putting 10 projects on your portfolio and submitting 10. So what you're trying to say is choose anyone you choose is fantastic. Now, because you do not know which portfolio will appeal to the hiring manager, you need to ensure that you're putting your strong projects on your portfolio. Real constraints and decisions. So you want to ensure that whatever it is that you worked on, whatever brief you decided to work on, there are things that actually were real constraints, not something that I just feel like I just want to work on. Now, when you were in your boot camp, right, you may have been given assignments. Are you meant to put your assignments there? Oh, yes, there are some briefs that you would have been given in your boot camp that are real documents, or they are real briefs that you can work on. But the most important thing is how you present it, right? Ensure, again, clean visuals, measurable outcomes in the sense that this wasn't working well. At the time that I finished working on it, it increased sales or increased revenue or increased something, or what it's projected to do, if it's not a real life scenario, or if it's something that you just thought of based on review of a particular website or a particular solution. Your authentic voice. Your authentic voice in the sense that you may have gone, so hiring managers understand that everybody uses AI. So you may have gone to AI to generate whatever it is you wanted to generate for whatever brief, but ensure that you fine-tune that voice to be yours. Make sure that you make that voice your own, such that when I am reading everything you have on your portfolio, it doesn't sound strange. It doesn't sound too overly true, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Clear structures and navigation. Make sure that the navigation is very easy. So you may have people, you will certainly have people that are on the design team, in the hiring team. You will certainly also have people who don't understand design. You would have people who, you may have the HR team member there. The HR team member does not even need to understand what your design, but I need to, as a customer, right? I need to see what it is on your portfolio, and I need to understand, oh, okay, if I click on this, it goes here. If I open this, what it says it should do is what it should do. Evidence of collaboration and usability. If you collaborated with anyone, please state it there. There's if it's a project, so from your bootcamp, if it's a project that the team members worked on, please state it there. If it was a team of 5, but in stating that it was a team of 5, you need to state what exactly you did, right? You don't want to make your voice get drowned in team. It's very easy to say, oh, just to show that I'm able to collaborate with teams across, you can just cover up what you actually do. So ensure that there's evidence of collaboration if it was a team work that you did, and make sure that it is usable. It is something that is usable. Not that I click on it and there's nothing showing there. Am I still with do I still have your attention? I want to be sure that I'm still audible. Do I still have your attention?
Yes, I would like to say something.
All right.
The slide deck
please go.
the slide deck itself, it's not showing. I can only see the
Oh, no.
the PowerPoint editor itself. So I'm not sure we are seeing the slide you are currently on.
I think
Okay.
you present so that you can.
Okay. Should I stop sharing?
No. You can present like from your
Ye-
this thing. So it's
Yes.
just focused on. To just be focused on the slide instead of we seeing the other slides. Or that means, I know what
Actually,
you're
that's
saying.
what I.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's on a slideshow, actually. So you should only see the slide that I'm on at the moment.
the slideshow itself is not showing.
From our end, we are seeing everything. We're seeing your.
Oh, wow.
I think
The
when you
whole
share,
presentation.
yeah.
Okay, let me try one more time. Is it better now? Please let me know what you can see on your screen.
We still see everything. Can you try to present now? Or the presentation is open?
Okay. All right.
I'm still not seeing the
I'm
presentation.
presenting. You're still not seeing the presentation.
Yeah, maybe
Mm.
you should just. I'm not sure.
Okay, so perhaps I should just keep talking and
Maybe.
stop sharing altogether. The slide is with Folashade and she can share it with everyone right after when I'm done. If that works. Does that work, Folashade?
Okay, I think you can just continue sharing it, but you need to click on the present in Teams, like that. Your slide. There's a button that
Yes.
present. Oh,
Yes,
you click.
yeah.
Or
Yes.
maybe you just continue. You just continue so that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm on slide 4 and I have just 9 slides. So I'm almost done, just so that I have room for questions. So common mistakes and how to avoid them, right? Sometimes we have too many screens and not enough thinking, right? Too many screens on a particular project or too many screens on our portfolio altogether and not enough thinking, right? You need to be strategic to ensure that whatever screen that you decide to put on your portfolio is something that actually speaks to something. So what I usually try to say about that is when you're listening to music, right? Verse 1 flows into verse 2 and flows into the chorus like that. If the chorus starts before the verse, you can say, oh, this song is not, there's just something about this song. But if it's placed properly, right, that's how, if it's placed properly, then you will see that it follows a particular rhythm, right? That's the same way that your slide or your screens should look like. It should follow a particular sequence, just like you are putting together music, right? And make sure that it follows. So if you finish going through slide 1, then you see slide 2. Oh, so this is what this is speaking to. Not that I have to start thinking what exactly is this talking about, right? The second thing is no clear problem statement. What exactly are you trying to achieve? Right? If you are able to communicate what you're trying to achieve, then it's easy for anyone who picks up your portfolio or who picks up the particular project that you have worked on to understand how you should be able to follow the sequence of what you're talking about. No explanation of your role, right? So now, if it was a team project, right? You need to be able to talk about what exactly you did in that project, what exactly your role was in that project. No metrics or outcomes. So you just decided to build a project. I cannot see the outcome. I cannot see what it's, I cannot see in figures what this thing has done or what it is projected to do, right? Over design portfolio sites, while we want to see things that are really beautiful, right? When there's no process to it, when there's no thinking shown behind all of the process, right? Then it just gets to lose, you just lose anybody who is going through it. It just feels like, oh, I'm just looking at beautiful screens that is not exactly speaking to anything. Then when you have too many projects on your portfolio, it really doesn't help, because a hiring manager would actually want quality over quantity, right? So when you're putting together your portfolio, you want to remember that quality over quantity. That's not to say if you have 10 fantastic projects already, you cannot put them on there. No, you can put them on there, but make sure that all the projects you're putting on your portfolio that you'll send out are things that actually they are good. Not that, oh, I started with this, I didn't finish it, then I moved on to another project. I just wanted to try my hands on something, then I moved to another one, and you put all of those projects on your portfolio. It may not exactly help. Case studies too long or vague. When you're communicating case study, what exactly do you want to communicate? The problem statement. What exactly am I meant to do with this? So that when I am looking at the solution that you come up with, then it makes sense. Oh, so this is actually what happened. This is why she decided to take on this project. Only visuals, no process. We're still back to process again. Ensure that your projects or your portfolio that you have put together has process to it, not tailored to the role or the company. Now, you know that you may have a graphics designer, a product designer, a motions designer. You may have all of those beautiful stuff, right? But you need to research the company that you are applying to, see what exactly they need. And in researching, it's not just look at their social media. You need to look at all their social media pages, look at the job description into details, then tailor everything you put in your portfolio to speak to that. If you have to take out some things in your portfolio for that purpose, you may need to do that. Just make sure that whatever it is that they are, if it's, for example, their need is to come up with a solution for an e-commerce website. If you haven't done something like that before, it may help for you to do something like that, or come up with a project and do something like that. Because if you do not have anything like that on your portfolio, then before they even go further to find out, oh, this person actually knows what she's doing or what he is doing, you'd have lost them altogether, right? Case study example. So the example that I have here is improving an e-commerce checkout. The first thing you want to put together in your case study is clear problem and constraints. What exactly is the problem? Remember, we have said your case study doesn't necessarily have to be too long. Just make sure that you communicate what the problem is. User insights shaped decisions. So this is speaking to why exactly did you decide to go? How did you arrive at all of this? Your user insights, is it your user insight that shaped the decision? So you may need to come up with, well, there's definitely a need for research in the project, whatever it is you decide to put on your portfolio. Wireframes, iterations, and finals. Draw up your wireframe. It's always good to have that handy, your iterations and then final solution that you decided to come up with. Your outcome, 18% checkout success. This is an example of metrics. Outcome is this is going to lead to 18% checkout success. While seeing 18% may look like it's small, it's better you put something that you know is realistic than write 98% checkout success. Because if someone like me, who is not a design person, sees this, the first thing I'm going to say is, oh, 98% checkout success. Okay, so let's dive deeper into this. Meanwhile, someone who is a design person may say, oh, that's just to, so you need to be mindful of all of the facts you put on your case study. Then case study examples, those that need improvement. Screens only. When you have just screens, no process, no articulation of your role, no research, no learning documented, no results or impact. All of that being placed on a case study, they actually need improvement. So what you want to do with things like this is, yes, it's nice. We have beautiful screens to look at, but then I cannot follow the process from screen 1 to screen 2. I cannot follow the process. There's no articulation from screen 1 to screen 2. It feels like, oh, screen 3 should have been screen 1, screen 1 should have been screen 2. And there's no research. So it just shows that I just saw the project, I picked it up, and I rushed to quickly put it together. No, you need to have research done and document your learnings, right? And the final thing is practical tips for your portfolio. But before we do that, I would like to ask if you have any questions so that I'll come back to this. Okay, I can see that there are some questions on the, okay, I can see you. I've applied for jobs. Sorry, I'm calling through transfer. Okay.
I think he's responding
so-
to when you asked.
Me too, yeah. Okay. So before I go to the final slide, I'd like to ask if we have any questions. Anyone at all?
If you have questions, feel free. Don't be shy. This is a safe space. You ask your questions.
Folashade, safe space when there's HR in this room. But really, it's a safe space. And for all you care, you never know. I may have a role that I'm trying to fill. I actually have a role I'm trying to fill, so just, let's hear your questions. And this is not going to say, oh, because I'm asking this question is going to affect me. No, there's nothing like that. So please go on and ask your questions.
Please, let's ask questions. Nobody wants to ask questions. You guys are good. Okay. Someone's hand is off.
Oluwaseun. Please go on.
Good evening, ma.
I'm not Mao, I'm Folashade. Please, oh.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. All
Ah,
right. You
okay.
mentioned, so sorry. You mentioned earlier that our portfolio must be tailored to the role, like our role, if we want to apply to any company. That even if we don't have the case study in our portfolio, we should do something about it. So I now wanted to ask that, okay, what if it's like an urgent what's it called, urgent job that we need to, like, they need urgent people to just apply to the role?
I get
What
what
are
you
we?
mean. So the first thing is, how many projects do you have on your portfolio?
I have 4.
Okay. Are they quality projects?
I can't really say because they are bootcamp projects, so
It doesn't
they are not
matter.
okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I do some volunteer stuff, right? And I have that on my CV as well. There's some things that I do that are not even volunteer. I'm part of a group, but I know that that particular group speaks about the type of person that I am. And I have that on my CV as well.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it doesn't, the fact that you went through a boot camp, you've not seen people that will go through boot camp and they don't have any portfolio. There's a lot of them, a lot of them. So that you have 4, that's fantastic. So what you want to do is, you said you're not sure if they are quality projects, right?
Yeah.
Now, So I am starting off. So I want to assume you are applying for an entry-level role or an internship role or a junior designer role, right? Now, when you're applying for all those sort of roles, you don't necessarily need to show that I have worked on 10 projects, right? What you want to do is, so I have this, so give me an example of the job you applied for most recently. What were they looking for?
Okay, the one I applied for recently, they were looking for it was for an e-commerce. An
Okay.
e-commerce we used VR.
Okay, so is there any project that you have on your portfolio that is something not necessarily spot on that particular project, but something that can be used for this same e-commerce company? Is there anything like that you have on your portfolio?
No, no. I have
Are
a
you sure?
project
Have you
in
looked at it?
inclusive design, but it's not an e-commerce project. So
So now you said you have 4, you've only mentioned 1.
yes, yes.
Mhm. So is it possible that you take it now? You know, the way things are going now, a lot of organizations, or quite a number of organizations, are going this, agriculture, everything, right? So you may want to try your hands on something that will speak to that. It doesn't have to be fantastic because you are just starting out, right? But take your time to work on a project. I mean, you have Damilola and you have Folashade here, right? You can work on those projects and then share it with them for them to take a look so that you have something like that on your portfolio.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Omikule. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you for the
Good evening.
presentation.
Thank
So,
you.
most employers, they ask for like 3 years experience, 5 years experience. For instance, now we that we are just starting, it's not even a year. Like we are still in our 4th year, and we've not even gotten any experience yet. How do we navigate that?
Okay, so that's I don't want to say that's very easy because that would be cliche, right? But it's actually now let me tell you what I tell people who ask me this sort of questions. Which type of organization do you want to work with? Can you mention the top 4 organizations you want to work with?
Yeah, I want to work in a financial organization, like if working with fintech.
You have not answered my question, Omikuni. You're answering your own question. My question is the top 4 organizations, not the top 4 industries.
Okay.
Organizations, yes.
I don't get that. I don't get
Okay,
it.
so the name of the companies, the actual companies, don't say financials, mention or just mention 2 companies you would really love to work with.
Okay, I would love to work with um Google,
Mhm.
and I would
And
love to work with um let's say I think Google for now.
I need to.
It's so urgent, so so urgent.
Okay, so I think Omikunle is your surname. So I think it's better to call you Samuel. Is that correct?
Yeah, my name is Samuel.
Okay, so Samuel, so one thing that I have established now is you have not even thought it through the type of organization you want to work with,
Yes, actually, I was just applying
right?
now.
And that's fine, right? But what you want to do, so let me give an example. I want to work with Google, right? Does
Okay.
Google have anything e-commerce, for example? Does Google have any website, for example? There's no 100% websites. there would always be something that needs to be changed, something that could be better, something that could have, it may just be a comma or a full stop somewhere. Try to research on any of their apps or any of their solutions. Find a fault in that solution and attempt to answer it. Yes, I know that they are very fantastic designers at Google. They are very beautiful designers, any organization, right? But you know what stands you out? Number one, you are not competing with the people that are high up there. You are just trying to say that I have looked at your system. I can see that this can, you're not going to say I can see that this is wrong. No, the choice of the words also matter, right? I can see that this can be better improved on. So I took this aspect of the solution and I did this to it. And I came up with everything we have talked about today, the process, everything you're going to come up with in your portfolio. And you know the next thing you're going to do, go on LinkedIn. There are people who work with these organizations on LinkedIn and start up a conversation with them. Oh, I did this. Now, chances are if you send an email to 10 people, sometimes nobody may respond to you, and that's fine. Sometimes just one person responds to you. That person may eventually tell you, oh, we don't have an opening in my organization, but I'll keep you. And strategically, just message the person once in a while. You can just send cold emails, cold recruitment emails to their website or their, a lot of organizations have info@whatever.com or enquiries@whatever.com. Send to those emails. It will have to stand out because I am just starting out. And the body of your email also matters. You don't say, dear hiring manager, I am applying for, that's not, because remember, they did not put out an application, right? So you want to you want them to be able to call you without even needing that role. Right now, let me speak to some organizations are looking for an entry level and they put 5 years of experience. Trust me, what a lot of organizations are looking for now is I want someone who can get the job done faster. While sometimes I pay lower or my overhead will not be too high, and also I want someone who can do a bit extra or a bit more. Right? Now, what you want to do to those organizations, package your portfolio very well. Once you package, now, again, it's not like all of them will call you. It won't happen like that. Not all of them will call you, right? But package your portfolio very well. That's why I said it's important that you put on your portfolio something that speaks to the role that you're applying for. Right now, automatically, when I see that and I see, oh, this person has done this person has done this, that speaks to the role that I need, then it becomes easier to say, okay, let's even ask him to come. Again, not all the time that you put in this effort will it yield, but one day it will certainly yield. And you cannot just apply to one organization. But again, in applying, be strategic with the applications. Don't just keep applying everywhere. Don't just be strategic about the organizations you want to go. I know it may sound like I'm just starting, let me just keep applying, but trust me, there are some organizations you don't want to work with. Once you work with them, it just changes the trajectory of your career. You just start saying, I don't want to do design again, please let me go to HR, let me go to, you just start mentioning different departments. So you really need to be strategic about the application. I hope I have answered that question, Samuel. All right.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? All right. Thank you. Hi, Abisoye. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, madam. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation.
I'm not madam. I'm
Alright,
just
good evening.
Saturday. Please.
Okay, Ms. Folashade.
Please go on.
All right. I did a job of recent, I designed something. I discovered the problem with Coursera. and Google. Like I was trying to, like I was taking a course on Coursera, a Google UX course. Then I discovered a problem, which I did a design, and like I did a video of the problem and all of that. But what I'm driving at is that I posted this stuff on LinkedIn, and the impression I got for about 3 days is just 71%. Now, my question is, how can we make ourselves more visible on LinkedIn? Like, do we use hashtags, or there's a particular way, to make these things visible? Though I tagged Google, I tagged Coursera, but I checked my metrics, like nothing. They didn't even they didn't even check, they didn't even go through that at all. And what I did, the job I did, to an extent, like it's quite a nice job. But now seeing 71 impression for 3 days, like it's somehow. So I don't know if there's any way you can help me out with this. Thank you so much.
All right. So the first thing is, what exactly are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve that, the whole world will come and see Abisoye has come and is the one trying to fix the problem of Google?
No,
Or
not
what you're trying to achieve? Let me. You said I should answer now, Abisoye. Or you want to ask more questions? Okay, thumbs up. That means I should go on. Okay, so now, when I see something like that, and I work with Google, do you know how many people would have done that just because they want to get into Google? Now, Google is a good company to work with, no doubt. The same way you have thought of that, some other person would have done that. Some other person would have done something more than that. And now you said you think what you did is quite fantastic, right? Now, did you reach out to anyone particularly that works with Google? So I think what you may need to do is reach out to the actual people who can listen to you. And by the actual people who can listen to you, I'm not saying don't go and look for the CEO of Google, because he may have 1,000,001 messages in his message trail, and he may not even get to it in a long time. Be strategic about who you reach out to in Google. And when you are sending a message, you know that there's only a limited number of people you can send out messages to on LinkedIn, right? Once you are sending out the message, don't say, hello, I found out a problem that I'm solving. No, the choice of the words that you use matter. Go and look for someone who is a recruiter. Go and look for someone who is who works in the design team. Look for top people. A few people there, right? Now, after you have done that and they still do not respond, is that on your portfolio? Yes, it is on your portfolio. Did you do the work? You did the work. Another organization will need that solution, and you will, since you already have it on your portfolio, it is already there, and you can speak to it because you did the work. And like you said, you did the work very well, right? Now, to the second part of your question, how can we be visible on LinkedIn, right? If you look at my profile on LinkedIn, I'm not sure you'll be impressed by anything. Now, the reason that is so is because I'm not necessarily looking for any job on LinkedIn at the moment, right? And what I go to LinkedIn to do now is I go there quite a lot to look for talents, right? When I start updating my profile on LinkedIn, just know that Folashade is trying to make some moves, right? You want to update your profile. You want to try to stay connected with people that matter. And by people that matter, I don't mean only top people, no. People that are either going the direction you're going, or people that you can see that, oh, is already there and I want to learn from you. And then as often as you can, right? Come up with a plan. I'm going to start posting on LinkedIn, maybe once in a week, maybe twice in a week, and whatever it is that you post, right? That in itself is a lot of work because you need to do research. You want to make sure that you have your own voice. You are not speaking what Damilola is speaking. You are not speaking what, you are not attacking anybody because you are only here to make sure that you get a good job, right? You may come up with, build a forte for yourself for the type of voice you want to have and stick to it. Not that today you are talking about marriage on LinkedIn. Tomorrow you are talking about Nigerian government. Next tomorrow. So whatever it is you want to talk about, make sure that you stick to it and stick to your plan. Do hashtags work? Absolutely, they work. And sometimes when some recruiters post that they need job, they need talents in, comment under that particular post. Some of them say comment, some of them say whatever it is, you know, it just shows, oh, this person is very pays attention to detail. If I say comment and then you send me a DM, is it that you did not read it or you don't understand? You understand just those very subtle things, right? I hope I've been able to answer your question, Abisoye. Thank you. Any other
Thank you so much.
questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. But by the way, very good work with what you did with the Coursera website. It shows that you are someone who, I mean, having gone through Coursera, that you are someone who is interested in learning, which is actually a good thing. Another thing you may want to do is, Coursera has people who tutor, right? You can reach out to any of the facilitators. That's even going to be easier for you to get through to. Reach out to any of the facilitators and state your case. And remember, whatever it is that you are saying, you have to be clear and straight to the point with your communication. So reaching out to a facilitator, even if it's Udemy, reaching out, because they would know that, oh, this person, you can come up from, oh, I went through this course, and after I went through this course, I did this, I did that, you know. Yes, Bisoye, please go on.
Yeah, please. I have a PDF on my problem statement and all of that. Like, can I share with you later just for you to run through it, and if that will be helpful, like if you can help me with it, or what you think I
Okay,
should.
you can send it to Folashade. It will certainly get to me.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other questions? Abisoye, your hand is still up. Is it a legacy hand or you want to ask another question? Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay, I think that is all. I think I should add this as well, right? Please, for your CV, you need to understand how your CV, your portfolio, LinkedIn, how they are in sync, right? Ensure that you do not have on your CV that I was on bootcamp between 2025 to 2026, and on your CV shows that I was in school, not saying anything about the bootcamp. And your bootcamp experience absolutely matters, please. It's very, very vital. As a matter of fact, some people do not even some people do not even go to school for all of these things that they are doing in tech, and they just go for boot camps, and before you know what's happening, they just pick up and they keep learning as they go by. So your bootcamp experience really matters, and you should take this is a very good platform. All the bootcamps that I have gone for, you just go for the bootcamp and have a good buy. That's the end. I learned coding sometime when I realized that it's as if I cannot do this thing. I don't know how you guys do what you do, but well done. But it's just that after I did, there's a community, but there's no follow-up like this. And I heard Folashade say, oh, for 4 weeks. So you may want to take advantage of the opportunity that you have here. And well done, Folashade and Damilola. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Wow, thank you so much. So I should not call you Mrs. Thank you so much, Folashade, for such a beautiful session. Gentle reminder, everybody, this session is recorded and it will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. So when it's ready, I'm going to share the link. Please share with your friends, people that need it. You know, we have friends that are designers. So let's appreciate Folashade with our favorite emoji. Let's tell her thank you on the call. She took her time. She could be anywhere else, but she decided to be here with us. Thank you for the insight you've shared with us. We are so grateful. And also, I'll be sharing a slide as well in our communication next month. Like today is the last. Who's excited? Today is the last day of the month of November. So by tomorrow we'll be in December. So we'll be sharing communication next week. All right. So thank you so much, Folashade. Thank you. Thank you for your time. We're really grateful. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. So we said today's session we're going to have Q&A, talk, real conversations and all that. Right. So this session is recorded, but do not like restrict yourself from asking the question because your question might help somebody else that will later watch this video and even help you, right? I don't know, Dami, should we do so I have like this award ceremony I want to do. So I don't know if we should do that first or we should just go into the question and answer.
I'm cool with either one. I think there's a comment I wanted to make based on
Okay.
one of the questions that was asked.
Okay, please go ahead.
And so this is about the person that was looking for Google's attention, right? When it's I'll say it's really nice to be very ambitious with what we want, right? And to really go for it, right? Or was it Coursera or some whichever one it is. It's nice to be very ambitious, right? And really go for what we want. One thing I would like to advise about that is when you have that plan of, oh, I would like to work with Google or I would like to work with this big company, right? Like Folashade said, these people are very amazing designers or amazing people working in the team already. You probably want to do your research of what are the requirements of getting into this company in the first place, right? Trying to understand what they expect from you as a designer. Look out for like those that work as designers in that organization. What's their LinkedIn like? At least you have access to what their LinkedIn looks like. Some of them might have links to their portfolio as well. You want to look at things like that. That helps you kind of prepare, right? And it gives you a sense of understanding of, okay, these are the things that are required for me to actually get these people's attention in the first place. Because like Folashade said, you are probably not the first person to reach out to them about solving a particular problem for their product, right? But what makes you unique is how you tell your story, how you reach out, those different elements that makes you as a designer, right? I think those are things that helps you open the door in the first place to then present yourself. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say about that.
Thank you, Dami, for that. So let's have more questions. Then we'll just go into the conversation since we've started asking answering questions. So does anybody have questions? And I don't know, Dami, if we can take maybe a time in, like I said, that after this session, like the bootcamp itself, we're going to have like one-on-one, right? I know you're open to it. So I'm going to like continue conversation when you want to have a one-on-one, then assignment is to you. Then what else? Yeah, I think that would be it. So anyone want to ask questions? So that before we go to we have some awards. I don't know if it's money. I'm not sure it's monetized, but just to celebrate them. And it does not mean that if you're not celebrated, it does not mean that you're bad or anything. It just there's a parameter that I've been looking for. And even when you even see those people, you agree with me that yes, it's true. You will not argue. It's not there's no rigging of election and there was no voting and all that. So please ask a question while I prepare to like show. So that means please you can Someone has a question, so let's go ahead. So if you have a question, please also use the raise hand button. Then Dami will call you. Yeah, please, someone go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So in a situation where you've gotten a job, and let's say it's you've gotten a job into a company and it's a volunteer stuff. There you have a product design manager, you have other designer there. So what can, and maybe possible that after the contract, the contract, it's
Yeah.
possible they employ you. So what is that thing that you can do differently? Because there are other designers there. Your product design manager too is, product design manager always good. And so what is that thing like that you can do differently that will make them want to need you more and want to retain you after your contract ended?
That's an interesting question. Okay, so there's one question I always ask when going through any form of recruitment, right? Whether it's for a gig or a full-time role or whatever. And I think it's important that as designers or as employees, basically, we ask these questions all the time, as much as we can, especially to the hiring manager, right? Or if we manage to speak to the team lead. The question is very simple. Please, what defines success in this role? Right? Because then you are literally giving whoever is hiring you for the role the mic to tell you the things that you need to achieve to be successful in that role, right? So I think before getting the job, that's step one, right? You ask those questions. If you didn't ask the question before getting the job, it's still fine. You've already gotten the job. It's a volunteer role, and you would love to be retained, and they are telling you there's a possibility for that. Whoever is telling you that there's a possibility to be retained for a particular job knows what they are looking out for. So be confident enough to ask, right? Ask them, what are the things you are looking out for that could help me retain this role or that will make me a success in this role that I'm in? Reason why I'm saying this is that I could tell you to do different things and it is not part of what your design manager is looking out for, right? So the most important thing is to have that clear communication. I think if you remember well, I think it's in the first session I said it, that what differentiates a junior level designer or a junior level employee to a senior level, in my opinion, is confidence, right? Your confidence and ability to ask questions or to like say what it is you want to say, right? So be confident enough to ask that question. What defines success in this role? You mentioned that, oh, I could be retained for this role. What are the things I need to do to get that thing? It's kind of like asking for expo for an exam, right? And that sets you in the right path, in my opinion, right? But that being said, you've asked those questions. What other things can you do? Confidence is key, right? How confident are you when you propose solutions? How curious are you about understanding the why behind the things you guys do in the organization, right? You shouldn't just be a yes man or yes lady when you work with people, right? You should there's this saying that there's a need for healthy friction within teams, right? It's not that they tell you today, oh, Samuel, go use the red button for the success message of this design, and you're like, oh yes, no problem, I'm going to do it, right? Instead, you should once in a while ask, why are we doing this thing? What's the goal here? What are they trying to achieve? Those kind of things, right? That tells more about you as a designer than you just keeping quiet and just doing stuff because you want to please them. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Okay. Shades, do you want to add to that?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay,
Um,
Messi. Messi, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone. I've been having serious network issues, so I've been going off and on the call. But I have a question. It's just like a personal discussion. I just Miss Folashade or Mrs. Folashade, she was saying something about we've been applying and all. I have not been applying because I feel like I don't want to go out half baked. I feel is it safe to say I want to take like a month to learn, watch videos, and know that I'm strong enough before I go out there. Is it okay?
Hmm.
Like I want to improve on myself more before I go out, before applying.
Uh, it's two ways, I would say, at least from my personal opinion, right? I'll talk about to explain what I mean. I'll have to talk about how I started my own journey and how I got my first role, right? I went through a boot camp as well, right? And I took 2 months after that actively learning, but also applying for jobs at the same time, right? Every day I made sure I designed something new. Every day I design something new. And they say when you design, like the more you design, the better your hands get at designing, and the better your eyes are at seeing good design, right? Or understanding design. So practice, they say, makes perfect, right? Or in design's case now, practice makes better, in my opinion. You can't be perfect at it. But yeah, there's an increase in your skill set as you practice every day, or as you try to churn out design as much as possible. But I also think as much as you put yourself out there, it also helps you with your confidence, and it helps you gauge where you are at as well. For example, for example, you did design ABC, and you decide to use that as part of your portfolio, write a case study on each of them, and then you try to apply for a role, right? When you apply, the response they give to you kind of let you know where you are at that point in time. You could say, oh, I want to take out time, I'm not applying to anything, I just want to improve my skill. That's also good. It all depends on your plan. I think Ayo mentioned planning in our first session, right? It depends on your plan. What's your plan? How do you want to go about your career? It differs. It's not a bad thing, but all I'm saying is you don't necessarily have to block possible opportunities, right? You don't know who might need you at where you are at right now and be willing to hire you at that level. And that could probably be the thing that pushes you to that place you are trying to get to. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah, please,
Okay,
your
sir. So I want
confidence.
to add that I don't know if I can get.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
you
listening.
were saying something.
No, I'm listening. Go on.
No, not to underscore topic. I wanted to ask about the feedback on our case study. If we can get feedbacks.
Oh yeah. I was only able to review one, which is the person that dropped in the WhatsApp channel. I just got the link for the submission forms today, so I'll be going through each one of them, and I'll be giving feedback as I go through them, maybe in the group chat.
No. Okay, sir.
So if I go
Thank
through
you.
yours tonight, you'll get feedback tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Please, your confidence is very important. I'm just trying to reemphasize what I was saying earlier. Your confidence is very important. Your trust in yourself. Now, it's one thing to be confident, it's one thing to be delusional, right? You need to be confident in your skill, and you need to understand that, okay, I'm new in this thing, right? And that should be what kind of like what you should try to align with what you expect from yourself as well. So what I'm saying is don't put too much pressure on yourself to do some crazy gymnastics that you see people post on Twitter, for example, or dribble, right? It's a gradual process. Nobody got that good from day one. So yeah.
Thank you, Dami, for that. Any other questions? Please, oh, we're here to answer your questions. Oh. We're here to answer your questions. Okay. Oluwaseun, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, ma. So I have like two questions. So the first one is like, how do we get to differentiate or know a real job and a fake one? The reason I asked that was that now you get to see a lot of job, a lot of job posting online, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Some will even tell you to comment, and you would have seen like over 200 comments. I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested. So should you still go ahead to apply for such job, comment on
Mm.
that kind of job, or you should just be on your own? And also, LinkedIn job, when you want to apply and you see like the job has over 100 applicants that already applied.
Yeah.
So what's the, I don't know, what's, is it like, should we still apply to the job?
Mm.
Should we
Okay.
still apply? Or
That's
what approach we can we
okay.
take?
Okay. Can you hear me clearly? Because I switched to my AirPods. So yes.
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. All right. I'll start with the Twitter one. I've seen a post recently where someone was asking about those Twitter posts, like, do people get jobs from those posts? And there were a few people that said yes, they did get some jobs from such posts, right? So I can't really say much about that. I think I would say it's a 50-50 thing. Personally, I probably wouldn't apply to such, but if it's from a reputable person, that maybe when I see the post, one thing I do when I see such posts, right? Because I'm not actively looking for jobs. I only share those kind of opportunities with people, right? But when I see such posts, what I do is I try to go to the person's profile, try to go, read through some of their posts in the past and see if there is some credibility to them, right? That's what then makes me say, okay, maybe I should share this with someone that is looking for a role, looking for a job, right? But personally, I wouldn't really trust those that I can't be sure that they are credible enough, right? Because it's one thing to even get the job, it's another thing to enjoy doing the job, right? So you want to be careful. So I would say if you see such openings, try to read through the person's profile. Like go to the person's profile, read through, try to see if there's some form of credibility to this person, right? Then make your decision from there to post, to apply to the job role. I would say there is nothing bad in applying to a job, even if they tell you no. I always say it. If you get a no from a recruiter or an hiring manager, it just means one of two things. It's either you are not like a good fit for the role you're trying to hire for, or there's still some learnings for you to do to get to that point for the role you've applied to, right? So I think that's my advice on the Twitter one, for example. The LinkedIn. So yeah, seeing hundreds of people apply to a job before you on LinkedIn, I'll say don't be discouraged by it. I understand how it might look like, oh, 100 people have already applied. What's the probability that they are going to pick me, right? But guess what? Even if you applied first, it doesn't mean that someone else won't apply with a portfolio that might be better than yours, right? It is why the previous session was quite important, and some of the things that Folashade said today is quite important. How you tell your story is very, very important. How you present yourself is very, very important, right? Because your case studies and your portfolio are things that are unique to you. Nobody else. Like if all of us today get on a Figma file and we say, okay, let's start designing our portfolio today, right now, we won't end up with exact same portfolio, except I do copy and paste of yours, right? Everyone would follow in a particular way that is unique to them, right? So it is important that you try to tell your story in the way that only you can. But then it's also important, as Folashade said today, to try to align your portfolio or yourself to the job role you are trying to apply for. That's why I said it earlier, so that for those that already have the kind of company they want to get into in mind, go read about the company, understand their culture, understand how they work, look for designers or people that are in similar role as yours in that company or in similar organizations. See what they look like I mean, what their CV look like, what their skill set looks like, and then try to go on that steady journey towards getting to that point, right? that gives you a higher chance of landing roles that you like, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
worry
Thank you.
about the numbers. There will always be numbers. They say that the job openings available are not even enough to cover those that are ready to work, right? So, and there are always new people coming every day. So the numbers will always be high. I'm sorry. It's just how it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's a numbers game.
Thank you, Dami. Messi, you see our questions? Please go ahead. Messi, your hand is raised.
And you're
Anybody
currently
else
on mute.
go? Does anyone else wants to go? I'm going to count. I will assume that we have questions. Okay, Russian, please go ahead.
Okay, ma. I wanted to ask if we can get a sample of how a portfolio should look like if you can see it.
Mm. Okay.
Can we see it?
Dami, do you want to share your portfolio or any portfolio?
Let me see if I have some, because there are some that I have opened. Okay. I can share my screen. 1 second, please. Can you see my screen? Okay, great. Before I start sharing, I'd like to say that if you remember last week, I said treat your portfolio as a product, right? And when you design products, generally, one of the things you do is you research your competitors, right? And then you try to know their strength, weakness, things you can learn from them, all those kind of things, right? So when I was designing my portfolio, that's one of the things I did. So you see, I have like a tab here. I don't know, I can't zoom in more than this. I don't know if you can see it clearly. But I have a tab here called Portfolio Inspiration. And basically every link here are people's portfolio. Every tab here are people's portfolio that I try to go to, read each of their case study as much as I could, took down points to kind of learn from. So yeah, I just wanted to reemphasize that before I then show you some examples. So this is his nickname, Design Sugar Daddy, Leslie. This is Leslie. He's a Nigerian. He's a designer. He once worked at Money Point. I don't think he's currently in Nigeria, but yeah, he once worked at Money Point before the this their whole blow up thing. This is his portfolio. He's a senior designer, but his portfolio is very, very modest, I would say. And this is something he had to quickly put together because he just wanted to have something out there. So now, if you remember one of the things I mentioned last week as well, a very quick intro that kind of summarizes who you are, then maybe some explanation of what you are capable of doing, then some select works that you're really proud of. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of these 4, 2 are money points related. This other one is also money point related. But let's go into this point of sales, for example. So what he did, he has his title. His role is well written out here. Let me zoom in. His role is written out here, and the platform he designed for is written out here. Then a bit of background. If you remember, I mentioned something like context last week when I was talking about portfolios. So this is context, right? He introduced what money point is, right? Then he went into the problem a little bit, right? Cash is king in Nigeria, which is the foundation of what money point is trying to solve, right? How do we make cash available, basically, right? So we went into that here, which is the background. Then what we wanted to solve. So now this is the actual problem he's trying to solve, right? So they are trying to solve, they are trying to build a bank for businesses, right? So he then went to like explain it further, right? The different angles to the problem and what they're trying to solve. Then this is kind of a breakdown of like the what do I say now? The people that they did the research with, right? The age group, geography, total number of participants was 115. If you check the template I shared for the assignment, I mentioned that when you're showing your data, you can try to summarize it in graphic ways or maybe bullet point or something. This is one of the ways to like make your data easier to read through, right? Because not everyone will read through all of this story, but you can easily skim through this information here, right? Then going forward, he did computer analysis, which is where he said looking at competition in this case, right? Then these are his findings from there. Then he went into his solutions, right? Design solution. Then you have this, there's a brief explanation before the actual prototype being shown. By the way, the picture you saw earlier was him. I don't know why he decided to get in the marketing picture. But yeah, so these are some of the designs he did. This is for a POS. See how much you can do in terms of design, right? It's a very small screen, but the design to me, I would say, is still relatively good. Then you also try to show like what customer feedback was like from this. Then vanity metrics. Vanity metrics here is basically the KPIs that you set for the product and whatever it is that the product like kind of reached. The metrics that was gotten from the product were kind of mentioned here as well. So it's not every single time you have to like type long paragraphs and whatnot. Sometimes you can just show it in very simple formats like this. And that's what I try to do here, right? So that's Leslie. There's Collins Donier. There are so many people I could show you, but let me see if I can bring up mine. Let me see. So this is mine. And this is also something I had to quickly put up. So, because my portfolio was taking forever to do. This is like the 6th iteration of my portfolio this year alone. So, yeah, I tried to give a brief intro of what I do, then touched on my years of experience and different things, right? So, my select works, this is a personal project I did, which is one of the reasons why I also mentioned last week that you can do something by yourself that you think is really good and solves a very important problem, and you add it to your portfolio. It doesn't have to be like an existing product that you worked on, right? So I have this here. Then this is a side project I did for NNPC. And this is one I did for my previous employers, right? So these are the 3 projects I'm showing at the moment. Now let's go into one of them. This is design system related. So I have my image of like what my output looks like at the top. But then I went into my context, which is the overview here, a design system for creating consistently designed and reliable email templates. That's literally what I was trying to achieve with this whole project. Then I went into why I wanted to get into it and the idea I was working with. Then here is my own summary of my role, the timeline I worked with, the industry, and the tools I used. Then I went into the problem itself. My output is here already. So I summarized the output, then I listed the things you can find in the output itself, and a link to where you can go view the design system that I did. So this currently exists in Figma community. Then there's a video of it in action here. Then my impact data is also here. So this is me summarizing the few stuff that I've achieved at the time of writing this case study. Then I went into the actual process of how I did solve the problem, right? So what was I was trying to solve? How might we help teams build better emails in a simple manner and faster, right? So I went into research, and these are my key findings from my research. Then I went into design itself, right? The different steps I took, I designed variables, I came up with my type scale, I did my space and grids. The reason why all this is relevant is because it's a design system and not an actual product or UI design stuff, right? Then the grids, basically the foundations of a design system. Then I went into components. For the components, I didn't go into like showing the images. I went straight to a video that can help me go through everything at once, right? Then I went into what they could look like when everything comes together. So that's why I also did a video of it in action. Then I showed the different templates I created with it. Then my retrospective is here. Basically what I thought about what I did, right? So I don't know if this is enough evidence for you, but I think one thing I can also do is to curate this list of like portfolios that I like personally, and I will share with you. Probably drop it in a group chat or something.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. So it looks like we don't have more questions. The group will still be open from now till, let's say, second week of December, probably when we have our one-on-one. So I'm going to confirm with all the facilitators how many people they can take. So I'm going to prioritize, right? I'm going to prioritize based on your attendance in class at first before we. So we're going to have those who have been active in class, right? So it looks like we don't have more questions, and I'm so excited. Finally, the day, everyone, the day is near. How do they say it? The day came, and today is the final day where we are all graduating. I believe that everything that we've learned from this class, you're not just going to pack it, right, and just keep it in your wardrobe or keep it anywhere. You have to like meditate on it. You have to like, there's something they call continuous learning, doing. There's something they call doing. You do it, you practice it. You don't just like take everything and that's all, because there's a limit to what your brain can carry. But when you keep practicing those conversations, and thank God this was recorded, like I had to go far and beyond. I want to shout out to Isioma for helping with the recording. Yeah. So let me quickly do like a facilitator thank you before we go to the awardees, right? So I don't know if anyone has a question. So if you still have question, you can still go ahead while I share my screen. Okay, let me first say appreciate our facilitators well. So I know that they're going to see this. I don't know what's going on. For me. I don't know why this is to show. Okay. Okay. So I want to appreciate all our facilitators, our design experts. You guys are the real MVP. I couldn't have done this alone. Like when the idea came and all that, I remember that I had to reach out to Ayomide, I had to reach out to Dami, I had to reach out to Kaje. I got their response like swiftly. Folashade, we finalized, I think yesterday. We saw in church again today. I was like, man, I hope you still remember. She was like, yeah, sure, 6 p.m. today. So I'm so excited for everyone. I want you to celebrate them. Like they took their time. They could decide that they want to charge money, but they decided to do it for free. Kabari, do you have something to say? They said like they want to do this for free, pour out. Most of them, they are just doing great things somewhere, but I intentionally brought them out. Like, come into the spotlight, come and teach us what you've learned over the years. Stop hiding. So I'm happy that I was able to draw them, especially Dami. I was able to draw him. Like, I was happy when he said yes. Like anytime I reach out to him, there's this like, no problem, Folashade, no problem. I'm always excited for his support over the years since we met at Global Accelerator till now. Thank you for the friendship. Thank you for the mentorship, because he also mentors me. Thank you for your guidance. Damn, you don't deny it, please. Take your flowers. Kabari, do you have to say
Thank you.
something?
No, I wanted to clap. It was a mistake.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I see. Thank you, Dami. First session we had Ayomide. I want to say Ayomide. I know Ayomide is not here, but I know this video is recorded and she's going to watch it. Thank you, Ayomide, for setting the tone of this entire journey. Like, from the first class, I just knew that we are in for a beautiful journey, a wonderful journey. Thank you for your guidance. He helps every fellow, every participant of Beyond Bootcamp find their direction, to understand the industry better, to gain confidence to start. And also, you made the beginning of this bootcamp actually feel safe. You made it feel structured. You made it feel inspiring. And I want to celebrate your generosity, your clarity, the wisdom you shared with every person, every fellow of Beyond Bootcamp from learning to thriving. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ayomide Ogunbayo. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. And we move to Kutade Joseph. He's not on the call as well. He's unable to join, where he taught us about practice that counts, right? Thank you, Kutade, for bridging the gap between learning and real practice. Your session actually gave every participant, the courage to start creating. Like, when I was seeing like the constant follow-up, the people dropping stuff, I was like, yes, this is it. Yes, Kutade for the win. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your practical insights. Thank you for the examples that you shared, your honest feedback. Like, you gave feedback on it, like everyone that submitted, you made sure that you gave feedback. Thank you. I really appreciate your hands-on guidance. Thank you. And I celebrate you. Thank you so much. And to our coach Dami, thank you for helping us
This is what happens when there's plenty English to use. The network is gone. I don't know if you will allow. Okay, since I've left me with you guys for now. Any other question, please? Because this will be weird.
But Sadami, your portfolio was so intimidating. It was a lot. It was really a lot.
Please don't be intimidated. Actually, it
When are
wasn't
we
like that
getting there?
before now.
Actually, no. Cute.
And I was like, God, when? God, how?
When are we getting there?
I wish I can show you what I had first before now. Let me see if I can find something.
Your portfolio is still not fine. The first person's portfolio was nicer.
He's my boss. So
Please, I would like to see your first portfolio. At least maybe I will start from there. At least that one is intimidating.
I have to try and find, because thing is, I never used to have a portfolio until. Okay, let me see if I can show you. I never used to have one until. Let me see. I think it's this guy. So I revisited it some months ago just to see. Kids,
Yeah,
welcome back. After
thank
you
you.
put me on the spot, sorry, I need to quickly show something.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
you.
no problem.
Yeah. So I would say prior to this is the first portfolio I created like for myself. Before I used to use Behance and Dribble, right? So this was the first one I did for myself. And yeah. Was this the first shades? I don't know if you remember this one or there was one before. I feel like there's one before this one, but I can't remember. But yeah, these were some of the projects on it. GS design system. I worked on this with Shades. So this was one of them. And yeah. But this was my very first case study I ever wrote. This one, Australia.
I
So this was
remember.
for a personal project as well. So yeah, this was the project I did after my boot camp. And yeah, I still managed to write this to an extent. And yeah, just to tell you that uh, we start from somewhere and we get somewhere in the long run. And like Kabari said, I'm still learning. That's why you see that some people's portfolio is better than mine. So, but yeah,
Someone said, like, was this after boot camp?
which one? All
Like the
this, no,
portfolio.
not all this was after bootcamp, just the Australia, just this one. So, yep,
Okay. All right. Apologies, everyone. My device went off. Like, it didn't give me like warning at all. All right. So quickly, let me just So I was appreciating all the facilitators, right, for their time and all. So I think I stopped with Dami, right? So thank you, Dami. Thank you for your session. It was also practical. And I enjoyed like the portfolios you showed us, and also your portfolio. Thank you so much. Thank you for constantly joining the calls. I think you only missed one call because you couldn't join us. I can't remember, but I know you missed one call, but you were able to join consistently. Thank you for showing up. And finally, to Folashade, even with like the timeline and all that, thank you for bringing the hiring perspective for every designer, like everyone on this call. Thank you so much for your insights. And I want to say to all our coaches, even to myself, I celebrate myself. People did not celebrate me, I celebrate myself. Division, yeah. To all our facilitators and our design experts, thank you for pouring into our community, designer for our community. Thank you for pouring into Beyond Bootcamp. From learning to thriving, I believe that from this bootcamp, everyone is moving to the next level of their career. And I want to say that this bootcamp, Beyond Bootcamp, is actually more impactful because of your time, your kindness, the story you shared with us, your commitment to actually helping the next generation of designers grow. We appreciate you, we celebrate you, and we are honored to have you as part of this journey, because even after this, we're having one-on-one with you. They're giving us Jara like extra from all the classes. So thank you so, so much. Thank you, Dami. So I'm going to move to the awardees. And for those that actively
Shades, Sloan has the hand up. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I
I
raised.
yeah, I'm going to call him. I wanted to like finish my listen before I move. So for those that actively participated, when I mean actively, you were in class, you did your task, I need to get your certificate of participation next month. So next month is starting from tomorrow. So those that actively participated, not those that watch recording after and all that, actively we're on the call. So Taiwo, over to you. So I move to my next conversation. Our time is
Actually, I'm not asking question, but I just want to pour out my sincere appreciation and like seriously, I really don't know what others feel, but what you have given unto us is worth a lot. Like if we have to pay thousands of dollars, like it's worth it. parts, most especially that session of clarity of having us to go and map out our roadmap. Like I map out my roadmap for the next 10 years, and I've not done that before. Yeah, even though I know I didn't submit, but it's actually opened me up, and at that point, I thought I knew what I wanted. I thought I knew where I was going. It was from that assignment that I discovered that there's really more, and I just like it was just a lot. I'm saying thank you so much. And another beautiful thing is I also got from these classes, the way everything was so structured, no disruptions, no distractions, and everybody poured out. Like it's like I've not seen a place where people will just pour out their process. Like everybody just wants to hide one or two things, but this place, you are not hiding anything. You are just showing us this is how you did it. This is your just. I just don't want to take too much of time. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much. Abisoye, please go ahead. Thank you, Taiwo, for that.
I would like to second what Taiwo said. Let me make this confession here. Like, I'm this kind of person that I am scared, like really scared of, showing what I know or what I can do. Hello? Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
So, but after one or two classes, I just felt like my LinkedIn page has been there, like it has been there for like a year now, without even visiting it. Like I didn't even post it there that I'm a UI UX designer. Like it was my
Wow.
last job. Yeah, the last job I was doing that was what I had there. But thank you for this session. As in, thank you for everything you guys did. I was able to go there, put myself out there, like I'm a UI UX designer. Though I didn't really participate in the class, but trust me, I was doing everything at the background. I was doing everything, and that was when I was able to come up with the Coursera solution of a thing, and I had to post it out there for people to see what I can actually do. And this is all because of what you guys did, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Abisoye. Thank you so much for that comment. And to even say that, I believe that the people are quiet as brutal, but I'm happy that we learned one or two things from this session. That this 1 month it's not in vain. Our facilitators' effort, my effort is not in vain. So thank you so much. And to add more to it, please, if you have testimonies or what do they call it? I think it's testimonies or testimonials for this bootcamp, please share. If you have notes from this bootcamp, please share with me. You can just come to my DM. I don't know. My DM is not private. Please share with me. Send me video. The only person that responded to that call was Kabari. And I want to say shout out to Kabari. Thank you so much. I have not yet posted the video, but I will. And she shared some other things with me that I can use. So no, December, I just expect back-to-back post on Designer Folashade Okunsanya. So if you are yet to follow, please follow us on Designer Folashade Okunsanya, LinkedIn and Instagram. Then on YouTube, subscribe to the Global Designer Fola YouTube channel. Please share your learnings on LinkedIn, Instagram. Tag me. I'm on Twitter as well. Though the community is not on Twitter, but I'm on Twitter. I can't remember my name on Twitter, but on X. Sorry, apologies. So please tag our facilitators. Tell us what's your take home, what you learned. Next time when we are doing this, people will want to they should not miss it, that kind of thing. So I'll be expecting that feedback or that. I'll be expecting that on the call. Please share with me on the call on WhatsApp. Then also share on your social media. Tag me. Tag all the facilitators. Right. Thank you so much. Omikule Samuel.
Yeah, thank you very much. If you should give everyone here on the meeting permission to appreciate, I think everyone will have one or two to say, because it is not just you don't like, it's not just that you give us the platform to show our skills and learn more. We are getting it with quality, even when the time is short, but we get the best out of it. And I must say I'm really grateful for it. So I wanted to ask if this will still go on, because I don't want this to end with me. There are other designers out there too that after their boot camp, they find they find themselves in a confused um situation where they don't know what next to do, they don't know where next to go, they don't know what to start with. Most of them are always scared because after my boot camp, that was what happened. I don't know how to proceed. I don't know how to put out my CV. I was scared. If I'm giving a task, how will I start? What will I do? So for other people out there that really want to get their bearings to and want to know what next to do, I'm asking if this kind of opportunity will still come again. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Samuel. Samuel, thank you so much for that. Actually, this is like here to stay, right? But it's not like every month. We're not going to be doing it every month, right? So we are going to like maybe like we started this quarter, maybe next quarter, and not January, probably the last quarter, probably February or March, right? So I'm thinking maybe twice in a year or 3 times in a year. That's like the max for now. So as we go in the new year 2026, it's going to be part of my roadmap as well, or part of my goals for 2026 for designer for last year. We're going to continue to do this because I saw a problem, right? And I decided to solve the problem. And I also want to appreciate all the facilitators as well. And I believe that if I call them again, they will come back. I believe that. So definitely it's yes to stay. It might not happen every month, but yeah, we're going to do it. So it's part of our event, or let me say give me back to site community for next year. Yeah, definitely. Because next year a lot of people who graduate from bootcamp, self-taught, because every year we have more tech people, especially female and all that.